So, what shall we talk about next? Shall we dive into a product demo, or is there anything else that you would want to share before we do that?
No, I think yeah, let's dive into product demo.
Yeah, great.
So this is E2B Monitor. So if anyone actually has access to Energy Tool Based Developer, if you are inside of the application at any point, if you want to see any of this stuff or check out Monitor yourself, if you just click in the top left here, this will show you all the different apps you have access to. Everyone has access to E2B Monitor. And if you go over there, it'll just be showing you some typical demo sites that we have in here.
Yeah.
So this is our fleet dashboard. So when you log into Monitor, this is the first thing you'll see. So what you're looking at here is a big table up top, and every row in this table represents a different one of your sites. So it'll have just some generic information. So, hey, what's the site name? Is it online, offline? Are there any high priority alerts, anything like that? Are all the inverters functioning? Then it'll have your solar PV system size, your battery system size, and your solar performance for the last 7 days. So this is over the last 7 days, the cumulative kilowatt hours that your system generated compared to the cumulative kilowatt hours we would expect it to have generated.
Wow.
And that's just a percentage shown there. I could dive more into that when we get to the solar PV
I'm
side.
I'm curious how the greater than 100% number happens. I guess colder than usual weather with full sun,
Yep.
creating more efficiencies. Is that kind of
Yeah, more or less. So we integrate with a third party called Solcast.
mhm.
And what they do is they have an API where we can pass in all of the actual like system characteristics. So the solar panels, the inverters, system sizes, to tilt, to azimuth, how many arrays it is, all that information. And they combine what we send them along with the real-time weather at the site. And they say, hey, based on these real weather conditions and these hardware specifications, this is what we think the generation should be. And they do it in 15-minute intervals for us. And
Right.
then what we
Do they
do is
forecast into the future, or do they just do it based on real data today? It should be producing this.
they have forecast capabilities. We don't actually utilize it. So all of our stuff is basically backwards looking. So we would look, hey, right now for the last seven and for the rolling 7 days, what did Solcast say it should be outputting, and what is our system actually like picking up outputting via the meters.
Got it.
And then you'll see just high level, what's the weather looking like right now there. Then the last bill savings, which I'll definitely dive in more as we go through here. And then a note section. So this is anything you want to put in there, like,
Yeah.
hey, tech service, scheduled for Tuesday, general site descriptions, if there's any import or export charge restrictions, anything like that.
And this is for the essentially a developer would be using this for the sites that they developed and probably wrote some PPAs and are responsible for making sure they run efficiently. Right.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. If you have any kind of performance guarantees, as well as the site owners themselves, they'll have access to this too. So they'll be able to go in and check, hey, is the system that I bought, 2 years ago still functioning well?
Got it.
All right, so now going into a site, let's go into here. So this is, if you click into any of the sites there, this is kind of, the site specific view here.
Yeah.
So navigation kind of going down on the left will kind of talk through each one of these. But
Mhm.
so this is a demo site. We call it demo value stacking, it's just the name of the site.
Mhm.
And this is a site that has both solar on there as well as storage. So we'll be able to see kind of the full E2 monitor demo here. So going top to bottom here, this is just the site overview. So you see high level system configuration sizes. So what PVs at the site, what batteries at the site, the
This
full
is
note.
real time. This is real time data. Again, I've
Yes.
seen a similar thing like this. Yeah, this is
Yep.
what the time is right now. Yep.
Yeah.
Solar
So you'll see
generating
the site
solar.
time. Then I'm on the East Coast. So I'll also see my time.
So yeah, that's cool. And so solar is generating 365 kilowatts.
Yes.
Bunch of that only 112 kilowatt load. So a lot of it is filling the battery right now. 240 kW is filling the battery. And then that's probably the max the battery can take. So 13 kW is being fed back to the grid. Is that kind of the situation?
Let's see. Yep, yeah, so it's a
Yep.
240
Yep.
kW
Yep. Got
inverter at
it.
the site. So yeah, it's literally max charging right now, plus offsetting the load, plus there's a little extra, so send it to the grid.
What's that extra being sold at? I wonder. It's probably very low price, right? I mean, the grid is buying it at cents
Probably
on the dollar.
quite low, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, you're capturing a ton of it in very, very economic terms. Great.
Yep. And then scrolling down, just highlight a
Wow.
couple of days here. It's kind of easier if you
Yeah.
just look at a few days here, but this is the site analytics chart, and we'll just start by just turning kind of everything off here. We go one by one. So this darker line here, this is the gross site energy usage. So basically, if you didn't have solar, if you didn't have battery, this is really what you'd be paying for. So this is just the gross usage that's happening at the site. Then the green, this is the solar PV generation going on. So this is over a 3-day window that we're looking at here. So you can see it kind of coming up in the morning, down at
Is this
night.
a real company? Is this a real company that we're looking at, or is it a
This is
demo?
a real site. It's just anonymized. But yeah.
Yeah, got it. Wow. What kind of business is that with so many jagged lines? I'm just curious. Could you share that?
It's a menu. Well, I don't know if I can share it actually.
No, no, okay, never mind that.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's some sort of commercial industrial site. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, large scale commercial industrial. We could look
Okay, wow.
at that. Cool. Yeah, and then what you can see here is we're layering on the battery power. So this
Yep,
is the positive, basically anything above zero where the power reading, that's what's coming out of the battery. So the battery
yep,
discharging. And
yep,
anything negative is the battery charging. So you can
yeah,
see right here, once the solar starts more than offsetting the load for the day,
yeah.
the battery basically just starts charging from
So
all
you
that excess.
basically fill up the battery by midday.
Yeah.
Most of these 3 days, you're filling it up by midday, and then you're emptying it out as soon as the sun comes down. Basically, start
Yep.
emptying
Yeah,
it out.
exactly. And then, yeah, as you can see, the state of charge here is the red. So yeah, it's going down to, yeah, around 9:30 at night. It's kind of bottoming around 14%. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
charging from all the excess solar the next day. And
yeah.
then when we layer on the energy
Cool.
costs, you can see basically why, hey, it's going to charge here. And then it's just holding, holding, holding. And then once the solar stops offsetting your load, that's when the battery really starts discharging during this high peak energy
Yeah,
price window. So you see,
yeah,
hey, this is
yeah.
the energy cost per kilowatt hour. So we're going to save it up during the day and then boom, discharge it all through these shoulders and then start charging back up, in the low energy cost window.